Hi everyone. I want to discuss today with you a very interesting topic that also is in and of itself quite controversial, mainly due to how we have been handling AI and technology for the past few years. The title is The Hypocrisy of Assisted Cognition Denial. And we do live in a world where artificial intelligence is assisting doctors in detecting cancer earlier than ever before. It does help radiologists to spot patterns that are invisible to the human eye. It supports drug discovery, improves diagnostic accuracy. But when it comes to developing software development, we basically say that using AI tools is cheating. Um, but assisted cognition has always existed. So if we are to zoom out, humans have always extended cognition through tools. We use calculators, search engines, we use IDEs with autocomplete, we use static analyzers, we use documentation. We use libraries that we didn't write ourselves. And no one calls a pilot, let's say, incompetent for using autopilot, or a surgeon being unskilled for using imaging software, because we do understand something about that tools are assisting and that a human is deciding. So why does that logic collapse when the tool becomes generative? AI in healthcare is not replacing doctors. When AI detects anomalies in medical imaging, it doesn't replace clinical judgment. Doctors interpret results, they contextualize findings, and they are accountable. So AI surfaces information, and humans exercise discernment. So that's augmentation, it's not a replacement. And this model has existed for years, globally, successfully, and it has improved outcomes. It has saved lives. So the fear narrative that AI is some sudden existential rupture that isn't, it's not entirely accurate. Augmented systems are already embedded in our infrastructure and have been for a long time. So the real issue, getting to the core of it, is about identity and status. If assisted cognition is normal, what's actually being resisted in that case? And that is identity. For many professionals, competence has been defined as, for example, speed of recall, manual production, individual output without visible assistance. But in reality, modern engineering is collaborative and tool driven. So the question isn't whether tools are used. The question is more about whether we're comfortable acknowledging that intelligence today is often distributed between humans and systems. And that discomfort reveals something deeper than just a technical concern. It reveals anxiety about status, authorship, and control. Tool literacy is a skill. Using AI well is not the same as blindly generating code. It does require understanding architecture, detecting hallucinations, validating output, testing, refining prompts, integrating results into systems, taking responsibility for outcomes. That's a lot already, and it's not passive. It is orchestrating and creating the architecture of your system, your workflow, and everything. So if the outcome is robust, maintainable, and correct, then the path being augmented does not invalidate the skill involved. But the inconsistency is that we trust AI in high stakes domains like medicine. We accept augmentation in aviation. We rely on it in research and finance, but in hiring processes, we suddenly demand pure cognition, no tools, no assistance, manual recall under pressure. And this isn't how real world systems are built, nor how they're working in reality. That's just performance. And those performance rituals are not the same as competence. And here is another distinction: technology versus governance. It's also important to separate technology from how it's governed. When systems fail, it's often due policy, funding, access inequality, corporate incentives. Blaming technology for structural failures oversimplifies the issue. Tools are neutral. Humans decide how they are deployed, and that distinction matters. So instead of asking, did you write this entirely from scratch or whatever, better questions are, do you understand what the system does? Can you validate that? Can you improve it? Can you reason about failure modes? Can you take responsibility for that? Which is competence. So, in short, assisted cognition is not a weakness, and it is in the natural evolution of things and of human tool interaction. Um, and the future of skill is not isolation, it is intelligent augmentation. And denying that reality doesn't preserve standards, it just delays adaptation. So I hope that you found that interesting. Um, for sure, it is very relevant, not only now, but as I'm saying, those things have been there for years and years now. And I suppose it is just due to the global scaling um, and also the speed of everything that it's just becoming more discussed nowadays than it was before. Um, but also, we need to be aware that due to the fastness and the speed of adaptation and adoption of that technology and job roles and everything about it, some of them collapse, some of them have already changed quite a lot. Um, Expectations have changed, even from not to say even year from year, but it could be even month to month. Um, so we're thinking of it in terms of something that is changing almost all the time, and that almost everywhere, universities, courses, boot camps, etc., are still preparing people for one type of reality that might change tomorrow. And this is where those discussions about responsibility, technology, the speed of things changing is really important. Exactly because we cannot be stuck blaming each other. And meanwhile, those arguments and type of thinking are rather becoming an artifact of the past, as technologies, as I'm saying, is changing much faster than our arguments are. And that's why I find it very funny and also contradicting, because it is, in essence, competence cannot be proven by standard degrees or standard ways of things that how they used to be practiced anyway. So yeah, I hope that that was interesting. Thank you for listening and take care.